Mayapur tree house. If you go there, you can visit our Mayapur tree house.
Tree house?
Tree house.
Tree?
House in the trees.
The trees, house in the town.
Okay, I read here from Vilapakushamanjali, Kushumanjali by Raghunathas Goswami. He writes, the great fire of separation from you. Srila Raghunathas Goswami has written two kinds of prayers, or two kinds of shlokas. Some of the shlokas are written while he is absorbed in his internal Swarupa Vesha as Rati or Tulasi Manjari, the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. Other shlokas are written in his Sadhaka Vesha absorption, or being a practitioner as Raghunathas Goswami, an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even his form as a sadhaka is not material. Both forms are avesha identities, are fully nitya, eternal, and chinmaya, transcendental. But one is with Radhika and Krishna, and the other is with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Raghunathas Goswami is in his form as a sadhaka, and as Rati Manjari, she is in her Siddha Sarira, or perfect spiritual body and position. Avesha means to become so absorbed in the objects of one's meditation that one becomes as if one with that personality. The example is of the iron in fire becoming one with the fire. The iron takes on the quality of fire and acts exactly as fire. Later, this example will be explained in relation to the gopis' absorption in Krishna and his activities. The fire is working, not the iron. When Krishna left the rasa dance, the gopis became so absorbed in him that at last they thought, I am Krishna, and they began to play on flutes. They each told the others, oh, see how sweetly I'm moving and how I'm laughing, I'm Krishna. One gopi told another, she's Putana, I'm Krishna. This is all avesha. If one has avesha in Krishna bhajan, then it is actually bhajan. Otherwise, it is like archana. The practitioner should have avesha. There are two kinds of swarupa vesha. One is Krishna swarupa and the other is our swarupa. What is our swarupa? It may be as a father, mother, or gopi in a sense. The word avesha and swarupa have the same meaning. Jivera swarupaya haya krishnera nityadas chaitanya chaitamita madhyalila. The sadhaka will have avesha in the swarupa of Radha and Krishna, associates like Rupa Manjari and his Guru Manjari. In those who already have that mood for which he is aspiring. In this verse, Srila Raghunathas Goswami is saying, Kila kapi dasi. No one can enter the realm of Radhika and Krishna in the service of Srimati Radhika in a male form. One can enter there only in a gopi swarupa, because Raghunathas Goswami cannot enter there in his external form. He is saying, I'm Kapi Dasi, I'm any Dasi. Dandayamana Ridaya, he is always with Srimati Radhika. Why? Then he is lamenting, he is explaining, in this male form, I'm not seeing Radhika and Krishna, or the gopis. In his external consciousness, he is feeling separation. And this is also manifest in his internal swarupa as a gopi. Even if a sadhaka is not situated in his eternal gopi bhava, if he possesses some greed, he can also follow Raghunathas Goswami. We are not seeing Radhika, but we can feel sorrow that we are not able to see her. At first, Raghunathas Goswami is feeling so much separation from Srimati Radhika in his sadhaka vesha, and then he enters into his avesha of Gopi Bhava. He cries, O Swamini, I am any dasi, I'm sitting on Govardhan and feeling so much separation from you. I want to offer prayers to your lotus feet. This is called Vilapa Kushamanjali. Raghunath Das Goswami says that Radhika asked, why are you doing Vilapa? Why are you lamenting? Rati Manjari will reply, I cannot bear this viraha, viharanala, fire of separation. And that is why I want to reveal my heart's desire to your lotus feet. There are two kinds of bhajan. The first is in Vipralamba Lila, and that is performed by chanting and remembering the pastimes of viraha, separation. The second is in Sambhoga Lila, performed by remembering the pastimes of Milan, meeting. Also the gopis and Vrajavasis always like to meet Krishna. He plays in such a manner that they will enjoy Vipralamba Rasa. The sadhaka should cultivate Vipralamba Bhava. I am not seeing Krishna, I am not seeing Srimati Radhika, I am not seeing Vraja, I am not seeing anything. The sadhaka should always feel separation, as Raghunath Goswami has shown here. Separation from Krishna and especially from Srimati Radhika. In many shlokas, Das Goswami has also lamented in separation from Srila Rupa Goswami. At the same time, Srila Rupa Goswami's entrance into Aprakata Lila, he composed this shloka. Now that I no longer have the sustainer of my life, the land of Braja has become empty and desolate. Govardhan Hill has become like a great python, and Radhakunda has become like a gaping mouth of a ferocious tigress. He also lamented in separation for his Shiksha Gurus. I am so unlucky. First, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed from this world, left me behind. Afterwards, I lived constantly with Sri Swarup Damoda. He also left. Next, I caught hold of the feet of Sri Gadada Pandit, but he also departed. Then experiences that every place and every dust particle of Jagannath Puri reminded me of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarup Damoda, Gadada Pandit, and all their parikaras, I fled to Vrindavan. Also, our Gurudev has also entered his Aprakrita Lila. We remain in this world. It is a very remain in this world is a very pleasant manner. On special days, his Avirbhav, appearance day, and Tirobhav, disappearance day, the occasion comes that we may remember him. At that time, however, we are involved in arranging the festival. There's very little chance to realize that separation. Only while we are speaking sometimes about him, a tear may come in our eye, or it may not come. If the festival is very elaborate, there will be no tears. So many functions must be managed. The Abhisheka, Puja, distribution of Mahaprasadam to Vaishnavas and all these things. We arrange these festivals mainly for people in general, those who have no intimate relationship with him. But we should do something so that our feeling of separation will come within our own hearts. That is called bhajan. Thank you very much for listening. It's a very special chapter. Separation from our beloved. I can only say my heart is like a stone, but I had to go through the separation from my Paramapadma Guru Deva Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. That was very, very painful, because at that time we became orphans. Because we were in the Western world, we don't know languages, we don't know Sanskrit, Hindi, Bengali. We don't know much of the philosophy either. Whatever little we could pick up in a few years. But by his mercy, we already had temples, deities installed, many books published in many languages, and all of a sudden it came upon our shoulders that now you have to continue that spiritual mission somewhere in Africa or South America. That was very, very, very painful, and we really didn't know what to do. Anyhow, that pain of separation increased as our God brothers were mismanaging that situation. Because, I mean, any type of institution has some management, has to make decisions. And those decisions are not necessarily always the right ones. So that type of difficult situation increased our separation from our Guru Deva to the point that it became unbearable. At that point, we decided that we have to go on our own, outside of the institutional structure, in order to be able to follow our ideals. And that, of course, was very difficult. But we had some hope, because our Guru Dev had pointed out that there was one God brother of his who he loved very much, and who he said we can take advice from him if we have some difficulty. So we did have difficulties. We had, not only we were so immature and made so many mistakes, but then again there was nobody really to straighten out the situation. So we went to him, to Srila Bhakti Rakak Srila Deva Goswami Maharaj. And when we stayed with him, many of the questions were answered and things became kind of smooth again. As a matter of fact, I took sannyas from him and became connected with the new branch of Krishna consciousness. Just another petal of the same flower. So we just hopped from one petal to another. And in that connection, there was many blissful years from 84 to 88. But then he left the world, and again he left us alone. Again the separation became so intense, we didn't know what to do now. And again the mission became complicated. Not only the first time, the second time the mission also became complicated. You know, wherever there's some interest in buildings or things like that, things easily get confused. I was not involved in that because I had my own work in South America, so I was not involved in the interest groups of those days. Anyhow, separation is always there. And here is said separation should be cultivated. Now, separation, what does it mean? It means there's somebody who you love very much and you can't bear his absence. That means that actually separation is a great indication that there is a higher personality above you. And that higher personality is the one who can give relief for your pains. So the Vaishnavas, they stand out in the world saying, my Lord, Tavaivasmi, I cannot live without you. You are my life and soul, like that, no? Because we focus on him or her, the divine couple, we focus on them as those who have created us and who reciprocate with us. Now here the whole story of the Manjaris and the Swarupa, which is mentioned here, that goes very, very high. That means going into the Swarupa city of a person, which is a very confidential subject. But the matter of fact is that in that subject there's a lot of separation also. There's the wish to want to serve Radharani, then it says in a male form you cannot serve Radharani. You have to become a gopi, a spiritual body, if you want to join Krishna in Vrindavan. And well, that's a very, very amazing thing. What's going on? The whole world is going mad about male and female questioning. Am I female? Am I male? And everybody's like in that sense. And the Vedas say, no, don't worry about it. You are female. Don't have any question of being male. Male is just something that is a male vanity, which manifests with the ego. And we're coming in the world of duality. In the world of duality, we need male and female. But when we want to go to the spiritual world, then we have to accept our prakriti position, our position as being the enjoyed and not the enjoyer. And when you accept to be enjoyed, you want to be enjoyed, and you long for being enjoyed, then there's a chance of that spiritual identity to manifest in you. As long as you aspire for a male enjoying position, there's no way you can get there. Then you will come back to the material world and become a king, become a president, become this and become that. But you cannot go and get the divine identity unless you long for it, unless the separation becomes so intense. So when the separation from God is so intense that you are even ready to give up your male identity, male vanity, male identity, to become a servant of the Lord, a surrendered servant who wants to please Him, then the transcendental mystic may take place. Otherwise, you will just remain here in the struggle of your mind, trying to identify that I'm eternal spirit soul. This is quite a beautiful chapter of Raghunath Goswami. Any questions? Have you ever heard about this subject? Yes? You are acquainted with it?
They have to catch the train.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much for joining us. Radhe Sham. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You are also traveling.
Yeah.
He's the son to both of them.
Oh,
And
he's
she's
the son.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And now going to Indore.
Yeah.
Indore.
When you come back?
With a lot of people.
Soon. Very soon.
Wonderful.
Sir, my birthday is come. His birthday is.
We will return on my birthday.
Because of her birthday was there, they came to Vrindavan. Next birthday is coming his, so they will come to Vrindavan.
Your birthday today?
Papa,
Not today. It's 23rd November.
2 days ago. Day before yesterday.
Wonderful.
Belated birthday wishes.
Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Gaura Premanandi Hari Bol.
इसीलिए शायद वैजयंती माला
Maharaj, any commentary?
उसको 7 दिन गुलाब जल में डुबा के रखना और फिर पहले